Welcome back, Hoosier Hysteria, and welcome to a playoff edition of Hoop It Up. Thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Pete Byrne.
And I'm Bennett Wise. Half the teams in the state will have their seasons come to an end tonight, while the other half will play tomorrow for a sectional crown.
Yes, they will. We begin our coverage tonight in Class 4A, where South Bend, Washington has been the undisputed best team in the state all season long. Of course, a year ago, the Panthers won the Class 3A state title. Tonight, they take step number 2 on their journey towards a 4A crown. Washington taking on South Bend Adams this evening, and they jumped right out to the lead. First quarter, Raya Wilson going to come up with the steal. She takes it all the way past 2 defenders and scores, and Washington was up 21 points. To the second quarter, Adams doing its best to hang with the Panthers here. Jane Kelly gets the lefty layup to go, but they trailed 52-9 at the half, and Steve Reynolds would see his team pull away in the third quarter. Kira Reynolds down low to Ayana Nicholson for 2. Washington wins 77-30.
Defensively, we want it to be better, and we got to try to figure out what we're going to do with Maya not available right now. And so we really wanted to tighten that up, not foul, all right, and not turn the ball over. And they did so good tonight. They did very well.
They did, and they are moving on where they will face the winner of Michigan City and Plymouth. The Pilgrims, the host tonight, hoping for a shot at Washington. They would get off to a good start early on. Lena Jones finds Taylor Delp, who gets the basket and draws the foul, and puts Plymouth up early. Later on, Michigan City trying to cut into an 8-point deficit. Amira Ware scores off the glass, but as the quarter comes to an end, Alana Allen, check this out, the half-court heave, and it's good. It's a finalist for the highlight of the night. Plymouth made a whole bunch of shots tonight. They win big 62-27. So tomorrow night, it will be the host Plymouth Pilgrims and the defending state champs, South Bend, Washington, for the sectional crown at 7:30.
Now on Tuesday, Northridge knocked off Penn for its 20th win of the season. Tonight, the Raiders taking on Goshen. The Redhawks hoping to avenge a regular season loss. First quarter, Kira Hill skies for the putback. She had a game-high 22 points, and Goshen is up 10-3 early on. Northridge, however, fights to take the lead. Sabrina Miller from way downtown, 11 points in the contest. It's 26-18 Raiders at the half. To the third quarter, Goshen moves up 1, but back comes Northridge. Ella Muhammad scores off the cut. Then Rylan Goodwin comes up with the steal right there, lays it in, part of an 18-6 run in the second half. The Raiders win 54-42 to advance to the sectional championship tomorrow.
We get to play tomorrow night. We get to play for a sectional championship. That's what you want to do in Indiana, is give yourselves a chance to play for a sectional championship. We get to do that. We'll figure out who we're going to play. We'll game plan as a coaching staff tonight and in the morning, and then we'll come out here tomorrow night and we're going to give it our best.
Amped up Coach Springer right there, so it'll be either Warsaw or Elkhart that the Raiders will face. These two teams played a 3-point game last week, did Warsaw and Elkhart. First quarter, Lions in charge, loose ball picked up, kicked out to Jaya Johnson, burying the triple. Elkhart leads 9-2. Warsaw would make a huge run. Jocelyn Bricker wobbles the defender, hits the 3 ball, and the Tigers are within 5 with under a minute to go in the first half. Now, Aya Egoff with a great save right here, and right before the buzzer. You saw it at the top of the screen. Zoe Bergen, a 25-footer to tie the game at 17 in the first quarter. Ultimately, though, Elkhart escapes in the final seconds thanks to a couple of late free throws, 55-53. So on Saturday, it's Elkhart and Northridge for the 4A Sectional 4 Championship. That'll tip off at 6 p.m.
Now moving on to Class 3A, the Marion Knights have been knocked out of the state tournament each of the past 2 years by South Bend, Washington.
But with the Panthers now playing up a class, the Knights feel like this is their chance to make a run.
They certainly do. Marion is hosting the 3A sectional this week. They beat Jimtown in a close game on Tuesday, but tonight they were back in action at home, hosting fellow NIC foe New Prairie, and the Cougars would come out ready from the jump. First quarter, Jolie Johns steals the pass, takes it in for the basket. New Prairie led this game 10-6 after 1 quarter, but Marion went on an absolute tear after that. Nevaeh Foster was the reason why. Foster steals the pass, takes it coast to coast as Marion erases the deficit. Then a little later, Foster just getting warmed up. She drains the 3. Marion outscores New Prairie 16-2 in the quarter, and Foster would finish the night with 34 points as Marion runs away with this one 55-29. So the Knights are moving on, and they will face the winner of South Bend St. Joe and South Bend Clay. St. Joe led the ball game by 9 points at halftime, but Clay opens the second half on a little run. Delilah Castaneda drains the 3, and we've got a 1-point game. But St. Joe turns up its defense. Kayla Woods steals the ball, takes it coast to coast for the basket. Woods had 18 points tonight, and St. Joe's back up by 3. Then it's Kennedy Schrock forcing the turnover. She'll take it in for the basket. Schrock had 24 points as St. Joe gets the win tonight, 62-54.
There's never going to be an easy victory for us, Pete. You know that. We played really hard. We answered some adversity, which we hadn't done in the last 5 to 7 games. So that was great to see. And this group now gets to play for a sectional title tomorrow night.
Yes, they do. St. Joe will play for the sectional crown against rival Marion tomorrow in the second installment of the Holy War. They will tip off in Mishawaka at 7 o'clock.
At the 3A sectional at Bremen, John Glenn facing Knox. We'll pick it up in the third quarter. Caden Squalls a pocket pass to Riley Messer, who spins and scores. Knox is up by 5. Then the Falcons start to fly. Great ball movement gives Addison Reese a wide open corner 3. 11 points on the night for her. Glenn takes a 20-18 edge into the fourth quarter. They would expand it. Danielle Devine off the broken play would hit back-to-back three-pointers in back-to-back possessions to finish with a team high 13 points as Glenn wins 39-30. So they will get the winner of Bremen and Tippy Valley. Now right off the opening tip, Michaela Shively getting to the rack, finishing in traffic to put Bremen in front. We'd like to sound that horn in.
Yes, sir.
Here come the Vikings. Molly Moriarty from the wing for 3 to take the lead. Later in the first quarter now, Moriarty ahead to Lily Alt-Calm and collects 3 more points. Tippy would take control and go on to win 56-33. So it is the Vikings and the Falcons of John Glenn for the sectional championship at Bremen in Class 3A tomorrow night at 7:30.
One more 3A sectional to get to, the one at Fairfield, and it's the host Falcons, 7th in the state, taking on West Noble. Third quarter, Fairfield up by 40, and adding to it as Kaylee Dillon hits the jumper. This game was never close. Later in the third, Natalie Whitaker is going to knock down the 3. All Fairfield tonight. They roll into the finals with a 55-6 win. Who are they going to face? They get the winner of Northwood and Lakeland. This game was very tight, opposite of the one you just saw. Northwood with the steal. Anaya Bonner lays it up, and the Panthers have a 3-point lead, but Lakeland comes firing back. Olivia Rassler knocks down the wing 3 for the Lakers, then a little later, Lakeland's Peyton Hartsoff for 3. Lakeland wins a good one, 41-39. So Lakeland will try and take down Fairfield tomorrow night on its home floor in the sectional title. That does it for Class 3A and 4A, but we still got a lot more ahead tonight on Hoop It Up. Sectional semifinals in Class 1A and 2A, plus a couple of huge matchups in the state of Michigan, all coming up next when Hoop It Up returns.
You're watching Hoop It Up on WSBT 22 News, sponsored by Zolman's Tire and Auto Care.
Welcome back to Hoop It Up. We continue our girls sectional coverage now in Class 2A, where Westview earned a spot in tonight's semifinals thanks to a 1-point win on Tuesday night.
Yeah, the Warriors, they edged Churubusco. Tonight, they met Fremont, a team they beat by 7 points earlier in the year. Could they duplicate that result tonight? We'll pick it up in the fourth quarter. 1 minute to go. Fremont up to Westview's Andrea Miller for 3. Gives Westview a 2-point lead with 31 seconds remaining. The Fremont's Adeline Parr hits 2 clutch free throws to tie the game, and we are heading to overtime tied at 30. In OT, Westview looks again to Andrea Miller. Again, the deep 2 puts them in front as the Warriors would go on to win 39-30. So they get Central Noble in the Central Noble sectional for that championship. Moving now to the next bracket that we have over in North Judson, it'll be LaVille and South Central in that one for the championship. And over in Lewis Cass, it'll be Pioneer and North Miami picking up the wins to play for their respective championship.
Now in Class A, Bethany Christian ended up its regular season ranked 7th in the state with an impressive record of 19 wins, just 3 losses.
Yeah, they drew a first-round bye, and tonight against the host Fort Wayne Blackhawk.
Yep, and they would have to come back, trailing late in the fourth quarter, but they get the basket to cut it to 5. Still down by 5 late in the game. Mariah Stoltzva steps back, hits the 3-pointer, and we've got a 2-point game. They trail 32-30. Now check out the clock, 1.9 seconds to go. Bethany trailing, but they have the ball. Zoe Williams scores, and she's fouled. Basket ties the game, and she is going to the free throw line with a chance to win it. Cool as the other side of the pillow. Williams hits the free throw with no time on the clock. That's a finalist for the highlight of the night, and Bethany Christian is moving on with a 33-32 win.